I did, Reggie. In fact, her name is Cheryl. She told me that the victim would volunteer his time often at the food bank right across the street from where we are tonight. And then early this morning, stepped outside, started to make his way across Nebraska Avenue, and that is when a witness says they heard 5 gunshots.
Basically, he was a loving person. He wasn't a violent person. He was a quiet person.
His friends and relatives describe 60-year-old Ronald Felton as a kind, helpful man.
He always wanted to help people do things for other people who was less fortunate, even though if he didn't have, he'll give you the shirt off his back.
Felton's sister, Cheryl Hicks Kelly, tells me her brother was shot to death just before 5 this morning, just feet from the New Season Apostolic Ministries, where he'd often show up 2:30 in the morning to volunteer at the food bank.
Like today, he was going to go feed the homeless this morning. He volunteered for the homeless 2 times a week.
Cheryl describes her brother as a construction worker, raised in Sulphur Springs with his twin brother Reggie, another brother, and twin sisters. The family briefly moving to Rochester, New York, where Ronnie became a lifelong New York Giants fan, but they all moved back to Tampa several years ago.
He never was a taker. He always gave back.
Ronnie says Cheryl graduated from Plant High School. His records show he had gotten into trouble with drugs, but that was more than 15 years ago. Since then, she says, he had dedicated himself to being a better person.
Trying to give back and somebody take his life like that, and it's heartbreaking.
If Felton is indeed the 4th victim of this same killer, his murder comes just weeks after Benjamin Mitchell, Monica Hoffa, and Anthony Naiboa were also shot to death here in southeast Seminole Heights, all within just a few blocks of each other. The family prays for them, too.
And pray for the killer, whoever did this ruthless crime, to come to justice. This need to end, like, now.
What makes Felton's murder different from an investigative standpoint is that this time there was that witness who, again, describes the shooter as a black male, thin build, about 6 foot, 6'2", wearing all black, including a black ball cap, and holding a large, dark gun. They are asking anyone with cameras in this neighborhood to check footage between 4 and 5 a.m. and also asking anyone who owns a gun to see whether or not that gun is still there or whether it has been disturbed. And if so, they would like you to contact Tampa Police. Live tonight in Seminole Heights, Eric Lasser, 10 News.